Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and in today's video we are out in my garage. Now it is a spring day technically, but it is chilly. Hence I am in my coat and bundled up because it is cold today. It actually snowed a couple of days ago, which was mind-blowing, but today we're going to be organizing the shed or the garage. It is time to get ready for spring and growing season, and we definitely would like to be able to take the top down of the Jeep and be able to park both cars here in our garage. So currently we have a van because there are 7 of us and a fun Jeep Wrangler. That's Danny's car, and it is a soft top, so in the nice weather we like to take the top down, and it can kind of be a little bit of a pain to take it up and down all the time. So if we can get his car here into the garage so both of ours are in here, that would be ideal, because then we don't have to take it down every single time or put it back up every time we take it down. So that is going to be our plan. I would like to give a huge thank you to Patiowell for partnering with me in today's video. Patiowell is a company that sells phenomenal little metal sheds that you, not just little, but metal sheds that you put together yourself, and I am so excited that they partnered with me today. Today we're going to be putting up the 10 by 12 metal shed in our backyard on the side, and the goal with the metal shed today is for us to be able to move the lawnmower, the snow blower, the bigger items into the shed that are taking up that other parking spot. So if it wasn't for the shed, we would not be able to make this happen. So thank you again, Patiowell, for sponsoring today's video, and I will share more with you about that in a little bit. So the garage isn't terrible, it's just messy and disorganized. I have big visions of organization in here. We don't need to put a ton of stuff in the garage because we do have the basement and we've got great storage down there. However, the kids have their bikes in here. We've got soccer balls, basketballs, baseballs, roller skates, hockey sticks, like you name it. Plus we do have a mini fridge, which I think is gonna eventually go down to the basement. And then we also have like all of our gardening things. And then we also have in this back section here, an area that Danny has started to build. And we just kind of let go of it because we just didn't have the time. But this is like a little locker section that we plan to build up. So a place for the kids to hang their backpacks, a place for shoes to go, sports bags, that kind of thing. So eventually, I don't know if that's gonna happen, probably is not gonna happen in this video, but eventually I'm gonna finish that up. Probably gonna happen here in the next couple of months though. The other thing is I saw this picture on Pinterest and I love this idea of having everything kind of hung along the wall where it's easy to get a hold of and easy to find. In the summer, we go out on the boat on the lake a lot, and so being able to just grab the boat bag and the towels and everything for the pool and the boat, like that's going to be ideal. So having them lifted here on the wall is really nice because I think it gives more protection from critters or bugs, and it also just looks a lot tidier. So eventually, and again, probably not going to happen in today's video, but in the very near future, I would like to hang, hooks all along the wall here where the bikes and everything are, because I just feel like that's going to be some really great storage for us over there. We can hang our beach chairs and, our camping chairs that we constantly take out for fires, and soccer games and everything. I just think that that would be great. The other thing too is that because it does get really cold at night here, we park our cars in the garage all the time. Well, I park my car in the garage all of the time. So that way in the morning when we have to leave for school and I've got everybody in the car, we're not shivering our little buns off. So definitely want to make room for the cars to be parked. We've got all of like our power tools over here. We also have like, we've got our river floats and like just, all kinds of stuff out here. And I also would like to have a section for things that need to be protected from the weather in regards to potting. So I've got my potting table outside out by the back deck, but I don't necessarily want to put like open bags of fertilizer or dirt out there because I don't want critters in them or bugs, and I also don't want them to dry out or get pummeled by the rain. So finding a nice place in here. I may even move the potting table in here depending on how much space we have. That would kind of be ideal because then I wouldn't have to lug the things out there. So we will have to see what happens. But for now, I feel like I'm almost fighting against time. It does look kind of cloudy. I don't know if it's going to start raining. This might end up being a multi-day extravaganza just because if it does start raining, I'm not going to want to pull out a whole lot of stuff. But for now, I'm probably going to pull out as much as I can. I think I'm going to start by focusing on the trash, getting all the trash out of here, and maybe making a pile of donation things while Danny is working on finishing up the shed in the back. We're at least going to get started. We're going to organize some things out in the shed, clear up some space, and do some organizing in here. So if you're here for it, let's go ahead and get started. To go ahead and get us started today, I'm going to work on our little section over here by the door. This, like I said, is a little makeshift mudroom area wall tree that Danny built himself. It's actually really kind of impressive considering, he has no woodworking or carpentry experience. He just kind of teaches himself as he goes. But this is just a little spot that is in progress. Eventually I'll finish it, paint it, put some hooks on it. I thought I would have done it maybe in this video, but this project took way longer than I thought it was going to, so I did not get to it. But stay tuned. We will do that in a future video. But we have 40 days left of school. That's 40 actual school days, not including weekends and things like that. So I really don't know that I want to be working on this right now, or if I just want to save this as a summer project and get this space cleaned up and organized before we go back for next school year. Honestly, at this stage, considering how crazy busy this spring is, that's probably what's going to end up happening. But this place just kind of became a catch-all for junk, things that I didn't want to get rid of, but I didn't necessarily know where I was going to put them. So right now we've got all of our rain boots and like garden boots and everything down here, and things that just need to find a home, but don't have one just quite yet. Okay, so here's a look at the shed. This is the 10 by 12 shed. And what Danny did on the bottom over here was he used cement bricks, which we still have, cement squares. What do we call these? Cement blocks? I don't know, cement pavers, there's the word. And we're gonna use it to go from the basement here to the shed. But this is the big metal shed. Now, the way that it comes, you'll have seen in the footage, is in individual pieces. So Danny and the boys built this whole thing together. And let's go on inside. So we can put a lock out here. It's locked on the inside down here. And up here. And here is the look inside. So it's actually really spacious, and I am standing fully up. If you're a taller person, you'll probably have to bend over, but luckily for Danny and I, we are not taller people. So this is perfect for us. And they make shelving that you can put along the sides, which is wonderful and ideal. So eventually that's something we'll do as well. But for the bottom here, Danny leveled it out, and then he put sand underneath. He had to build a French drain because I've told you guys before how wet our soil is. So there's a French drain under here. Then he put down all the pavers, filled in all the spots in between with sand, just to give us a nice solid spot to bring in the lawnmower and everything. So thank you, Danny Klein, for that. So here's a look from this side. So over there is where we put our pool. That's our deck. Out there eventually we'll have a vegetable garden. So right now we're gonna go ahead and move in the, what's it called? Lawnmower and snowblower, and we'll get a bunch of that stuff cleared out of the garage. Danny and I have been talking a lot about finding some type of storage situation that would allow for us to remove these big items like the lawnmower and the snowblower, our really big ladders, all of those types of things, the kids' bikes when it's the off season. Somewhere we can put them where it would allow for us to have more utilization of our garage. And a shed has always been in the plan. However, they're pricey and making them work can be difficult. So I was so incredibly happy when Patiowell reached out. Not only is it an affordable option, they're easy to put together and it's worked out so perfectly. Okay, so there we go. Snowblower, wheelbarrow. Can't say that word. And the lawnmower in here with plenty more space. So we've got a lot more stuff we want to bring in here. We've got the sweeper that goes on the back of this to pick up all of the leaves and everything. But we're going to be working on the lawn tomorrow. So Danny's going to leave it out for today, but we'll bring it back in tomorrow. So maybe I'll film that because we're going to be doing a whole bunch of yard work tomorrow. So perfect. Are you so happy?
So happy. This is fantastic.
Fantastic. And we were just talking about how they have the shelves and stuff that you can hang on the side. So it's definitely something that we are going to add, you know, as we go along, because you can put like your gardening tools back here. Like we've got a bunch of shovels and stuff, but we can get that up off the floor and give us more space, which would be amazing.
I'm going to put a little hanging light in here that I can just bring a plug out here and plug in.
That's perfect.
So,
yeah.
Once our son's an electrician, he's already said I'm going to run a little something out here.
There we go.
Power.
There we go. That's perfect. And we do have the light on the outside of the basement door, so we could use that as well. There's a light up there, so that we can have that light as well. So this is perfect. Yeah. And tons and tons of space. I mean, like,
I might even put a little table out here.
Yeah, that would be great. Like, be a little workshop in the winter and stuff, but like, there's still so much space.
Your potting bench.
My potting shed, my potting bench could fit out here.
I think it would fit.
That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah. Instead of in the garage.
Yeah. I mean, still maybe in the garage.
We'll see. Yeah. All right. This is great. Now that that is done and we've got the big items we want in there, we're going to start working here on kind of the kids' side of the garage. This is where we keep their bikes, their scooters, all different types of things. We've got a frisbee golf game right there. We've got hockey sticks, lacrosse sticks, you name it, a soccer net, and these big bikes that belong to my older kids that they don't want me to get rid of. They like to use them sometimes, just not all the time. So we are going to just move things around. Danny is taking the big bikes down to the shed, and I'm going to find a location for everything else. And we eventually want to reorganize this section as well. Like I mentioned before, would like to have some kind of hanging situation going down the wall. Just lots of space for me to hang everything, make it really easy to find and keep it up off the ground. I feel like that just makes everything look a little more tidy and gives you a little bit more space to organize. So that will come in the future, but for now, just getting things organized has been very helpful. I am editing this now about a week or so after I finished filming this, and I have to be 100% honest with you. I am loving it. It's been so easy to keep up on. I took a second there to spray for spiders while I had it open, and we've been able to keep the bugs out. I every day have, maybe not every day, maybe every other day, I've just taken the air blower, blown out any leaves or dirt that have, come from us coming in and out of the garage in the morning, in the afternoon. It's just been really, really easy to keep clean. When the kids want to play, I can just pull everything out and it gives them that space to play and find everything they need. It's great. Okay, so we're back from soccer. It's way later in the afternoon, but we've made a lot of progress so far. I know this still looks kind of messy, but it's just because I have to bring that in. We got to figure out where we're putting all those garage towels. That I have to bring downstairs to the basement. This is all cleaning stuff. And then over here, we have this old shoe rack. We're gonna get rid of that. I think we can actually just probably put it in the truck, babe. Take it down to donation. To be honest, I don't even know what shoes are in there. If I haven't looked for them, I probably don't need them anymore. But I cleaned off the refrigerator and cleaned up the kids' like toys and all their sports gear. We took some of the bigger bikes down to the shed and left up the 3 little boys' bikes. And yeah, and I have like all my pumpkins over here because they're really heavy and I don't want to carry them downstairs. So made good progress on this side so far. Now, say hi, Danny Klein.
Hey, Danny Klein.
Now we're gonna work on this side. We just wanna clean this stuff up over here, clean this stuff up over here, and we should be able to pull both cars in. We tried it with the way it is right now, and we could do it, we just couldn't comfortably open the doors. So we just gotta clean up a little bit more and we will be there. So this is exciting. Now we're going to start working on this other corner. This was probably the spot that I was least excited to work on just because I was most afraid of bugs. But luckily I found no bugs and no furry little critters, so that is good. But this little corner is where we have stacked any like gardening items or like empty pots and that kind of thing. So they just need to be reorganized. I made a big pile of empty pots that Danny took down to the shed, so that was helpful. And then anything that I use fairly regularly, like fertilizer or my little hand shovel or anything like that, I kept to the side on the other side where I could just easily grab it. The same thing with the bug spray and, just keeping that readily available. So I can spray once a month or after we have big heavy rains, you got to keep up on that. So I just moved everything out, then reorganized, and I kept blowing things out as I went along to get rid of all of the tons of leaves because there were so many. And it made a really big difference, just kind of blowing that out as I went along. And we ended up clearing up this space and being able to store Danny's table saw. And it ended up being a really good space for other things like the air blower and everything. I also wanted to mention that really pretty window pane door there up against the wall. I found that at a local antique shop years ago, and I thought that we would use it for our pantry, but it ended up being way too big. And now I think we're going to use it for the door that goes down to our basement. There's a window at the top of that, the stairs that go down to the basement, and it'd be nice just to let that light in. But I do need to sand it down and figure out what I'm doing with it. I've thought about painting it black so it matches the pantry door, but I like keeping it kind of light in the living room, so we'll see. I don't know, but eventually I want to put that over there. The last thing is this area here. We have a lot of car cleaning objects. This is Danny's little makeshift workshop where he makes things and works on things. He's got his golf clubs, all that stuff. So this space definitely needs some full-blown renovation, some better tool storage and everything, but this is not my space. I am not going to try to organize this for him because he'll never know where anything is. This is his space to organize, so I'm going to let it be his space to organize. But we just wanted to get it cleaned up as much as we could, make sure there was plenty of room to pull both cars in, and I think we accomplished that. Okay, my friends, here's where we're at. Final shot. I think we killed it today. It's late and I definitely need to go inside and cook dinner. But I am feeling really good about the progress that we made today. We got a lot of stuff down to the shed and we were able to move a lot of stuff around, and I think it just looks really, really great. We have a lot more to do. We got to figure out how we're going to store all that stuff over there. We just have a lot more stuff that we want to do. But this is progress. I still need to finish this whole section up, and we want to figure out better storage for over here and better stuff for the kids to be able to get to their stuff. But it feels really good. I think we made a ton of progress, and we're now going to try to see if we can fit both cars in here. I think we can. We're going to try. Okay, Both cars are in. Holy mackerel. Plenty of room.
Organizing.
Yeah, get more stuff up off the floor.
Yeah.
But this is great, babe.
Yeah. So much good.
Okay, my friends, I look torn up because it's terrible weather. I sat outside for an hour and a half at a soccer game and it was so windy and gross, but I am so pleased with today's project. I can't believe we got both cars. Danny and I just said to each other, we've never had both our cars in the garage at one time ever and we've been married for almost 20 years, but we just, in our Vegas house, it was our storage because our house was tiny and we didn't have anywhere else to put anything. And here we've just had the lawnmower and the snowblower, like big things that you can't just leave outside. So thank you, Patiowell, for sponsoring today's video. That has just been a major game changer for us. If you are interested in learning more about how you can get one of these fantastic sheds for your home, make sure that you check down in the description box. I will have all of the links for you, and they're so affordable and such a great alternative if you are looking for storage options for your home. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Danny and I are gonna go inside and eat dinner, probably take long hot showers because we are exhausted, but feeling so productive and satisfied today. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you in the next one.